Blu-ray souls. Who are the Blu-rays, you might wonder? Well, the Blu-rays are a soul grouping that incarnated onto the planet primarily from about the mid-1950s all the way through the late 1970s. That number is fluid. Of course, there are some that incarnated here just a little bit before that, and some that incarnated into the early 80s that are what you might consider the early indigo children. Now, the Blu-rays come from various star systems. A lot of people get this part confused. They think that you ask them if they think they're a Pleiadian soul or an Arcturian soul or whatever, a Sirian soul, and they'll say, well, no, I'm a Blu-ray. No, they're two separate things. They're completely separate. All Blu-rays are incarnated from a various star system, of course. However, the Blu-rays is just a grouping from various star systems, okay? It's totally different. Star systems such as the Pleiades, Sirius, Andromeda, Arcturus, Lyra, and Procyon. Blu-rays are pioneers to what you think of as the initial indigo children. They come to Earth with much spiritual wisdom. They come here to aid and empower the healing process that is currently going on with humanity's ascension. They bring with them many spiritual gifts that were given to them and learned from highly advanced civilizations such as Atlantis and Lemuria, as well as other highly advanced civilizations throughout the cosmos. These highly evolved souls act as cosmic scribes, writing the galactic records of humanity's journey on Earth. They carry sacred transmissions from Source. Their collective consciousness is set forth to inspire spiritual growth. Some common characteristics of Blu-rays. They're highly empathic. They intuitively have a way of picking up on emotional energy and intentions of others. This enables them to easily connect with people on a deeper level. However, their sensitivity also makes them overwhelmed by crowded and chaotic environments. It is important that Blu-rays learn to set healthy boundaries. It is an essential part of being a Blu-ray and to be effective as a Blu-ray to do so. Being empathetic, Blu-rays usually tend to be highly sensitive. They notice subtle energies and nuances that may go undetected by the masses. Loud noises, bright lights, strong smells may be overstimulating for the Blu-ray. Blu-rays can also benefit from finding soothing environments to honor their sensitive nature. They may be drawn to healing modalities and other natural caregivers. They intuitively know how to nurture and support others. Blu-rays often become energy healers, nurses, therapists, counselors, or do a lot of volunteer work. Their compassionate heart and various healing qualities are gifts that are significant assets for other souls who frequently interact with them. Despite their youthful exuberance, most Blu-rays are very old souls, extremely old cosmically speaking. They often display maturity, wisdom, and depth beyond their years. Blu-rays often understand complex philosophical ideals and feel most comfortable relating to the elderly. They are thoughtful, introspective, and highly intuitive. They tend to thrive when they are surrounded by things such as trees, flowers, animals, crystals, and different types of stones. They spend time in nature to help soothe and recharge their energy. Blu-rays have a natural affinity for caring for Earth and protecting the environment. Their main purpose is to spread light, love, and foster the idea of peace. They have an innate desire to be in service to many through various healing and teaching methods. Their empathetic nature and healing tendencies allow them to use their hands to heal physical and emotional, spiritual wounds that lie within others. Their healing touch brings an excellent source of comfort and teaching. They share this knowledge as part of their Blu-ray mission. They want to guide and inspire others towards enlightenment. Blu-rays often teach through their actions, leading by example. They demonstrate patience, non-judgment, and unconditional love. Their calm demeanors are soothing, and people seek out Blu-rays as counselors and mentors. Blu-rays are essential spiritual leaders for the new age. Their vision is for humanity to awaken, and they wish to help facilitate this global shift in consciousness by living the virtues of love, peace, and humility. Blu-rays exemplify higher consciousness in action. Their light touches and illuminates the lives of many. The Blu-ray gift is showing others the power of their inner light. Their purpose is to be spiritual beacons themselves, shining spirituality through the darkness. Recognizing their own Blu-ray energy often has a vital purpose and desire to serve others. Their intuitive abilities tend to be very strong, sometimes even psychic, vivid. Lots of lucid dreaming goes on with many Blu-rays as well. They more easily connect with higher realms and channel information in a dream state. Some key signs that you may be a Blu-ray? Well, they include feeling like you have a critical mission here on Earth at this time. You may feel strongly urged to help others. You may feel compelled to be a driving force in their spiritual awakening, helping raise their consciousness, helping them raise their empathetic compassion towards others. Blue rays often have a tendency to take on the pain of others. From a young age, this is the case. Things that happen even before they're alive, sometimes they take on the pain for. Things that happened in their family that they weren't even a part of, a lot of times they will take on the pain for. They easily pick up on others' thoughts, emotions. And this is quite frequent, actually, that this happens. And a lot of us blue rays don't even realize we're doing this. And we tend to doubt what we're feeling. We doubt what we're picking up and think that we're receiving. But in reality, unfortunately, what we think is always usually the case. And I say that loosely, but it's true. Sometimes we'd like to be wrong, but we very, 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 very rarely are. And when we are, it's only because there was just a little tiny piece of the puzzle that we didn't know yet or weren't considering. But unfortunately, we're usually always right. We usually have a very innate understanding of spiritual concepts. We're very drawn to all sorts of mysticism, sacred geometry, quantum physics, different forms of metaphysical interest permeate around us. You know, we're very clairvoyant at times. We see into energy fields with regular focus. We're pretty good at spotting auras around people. If we're not aware that we are, once we become in tune that we can spot that, it becomes like second nature to notice that about others. We have a very increased sensitivity and hyper-awareness. Loud noises, crowds, clutter, chaos can overstimulate us blue rays in a second. We prefer our solitary time. We need that extra time a lot of the time to recharge from social interactions. Too much sensory input can drain us in a heartbeat. We feel like we're at odds with societal conventions, with society's typical way of doing shit, of the just, you know, this is how it is, everything's black and white, it's always been this way, so this is the way we're always going to do it. I tend to think every now moment through. Every now moment is like a lifetime for us of thinking shit through, and every now moment they're in. Even though we've seen the same scenario a million times and been through the same setting a million times, we're still thinking it through, because every now moment, even if it's like a million others you've had in the past, there's always its own little spin on it. So there's something different to think through. So that's why we do it. We don't see life in black and white at all. Everything is a gray area to us. Everything is a gray area with an all-knowingness about it. And sometimes one of our biggest flaws is that we doubt our all-knowingness. And that can happen. Finding other blue rays is like, it's like a kid in a candy store. When you run into another blue ray, as a blue ray, it's like meeting a long lost sibling that you never knew you had. It's exactly what it's like. The resonance, it's like meeting a long lost sibling and long lost best friend all in one. The resonance is just uncanny. The clarity that it helps us provide, the validation that it gives us, is just essential. It really is. It's just vital. It's important that we set firm boundaries sometimes, you know, when it comes to things that mess with our bliss. You know, if something's trying to blow our bliss, if they keep on trying to insist on blowing our bliss, you know, it's something that we need to back away from a little bit. And that's nothing personal against anybody or anything. It's just we have a tendency to it's kind of either one way with us. We either go all or go none. I mean, we have a tendency to just go there to the mat with everything. All right, once we get locked in, we just go to the mat, or we're apprehensive about going there at all. We need to learn to better pace ourselves and to better kind of even ourselves out a little bit so we can be in more service to not only others, but to take care of ourselves as well. Some of us in the past have chose unhealthy patterns, especially from that blue ray era of indigos. Various addictions to cope with struggles. It's important that us blue rays be gentle to ourselves, right? And find that balance like I just mentioned. You know, find that opening between your heart and that root chakra. Ground yourself in there, you know. Keep yourself focused and remaining in your zone. Because our main goal is to anchor that love onto this planet at this time and let that spread out vicariously to others. Very important that blue rays do this so they can embrace their gifts. It's important that they accept who they are. This is vital to their cause. It's vital to our cause. It's vital to humanity's cause as well.